to devise some kind of method or strategy to offset some of the events or a repetition of the events that have taken place here in Los Angeles recently. We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queens.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So
Ahmadiyyah.
the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
All right, Grand Rising, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Also, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Exit stage left. Okay, so let's see who's in here. I see Naja, Nessie X, Pearly, Buckhorse DC, Christina. All right, Desmond V, Maltsby, Pensy Lola is in the house. All right. The lovely T is here. Okay. That crazy beach Aries Queen Sam Darnell. All right. Shout out to all of my loyal royals. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. I see you, Claudette 504 Nola Shabaka. Okay. Let's get ready to get into it. Broad Flat Power God is here. All right. And so with that all been said, everyone please get the lights up. I see you, Mr. Mystical Black Realms. Everyone please get the lights up. G from the land is in the house. Okay, y'all know how they do the Queen. So please like and share this video. Thank you so much. Perplex is here. Rashid. Okay, Carlton. Busy Diva. Nessie X. All right. Shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned into the Queen. I see you, Felicia. Okay, Jima's in the house. Didi in Dallas. So let me say this before I get started. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You all know that I have so many receipts I cannot keep track. Now, this audio of Tyler Perry and Monique's call, I've had it for 2 days, okay? And I'm just going to show you all the email where shout out to Truth Over Everything, who's my little private investigator, okay? Let me just show you all the email because, you know, I don't want the fake Nancy Drew because somebody was like, Queen, didn't you tell me you had that audio? And I was like, oh, my God, I forgot to play it. They was like, well, you know, fake Nancy Drew played it. So I don't want fake Nancy Drew or her minions thinking that I got it from her. All right. Because I had it for 2 days, honey. All right. Y'all know I have so many receipts. Like I said, I can't always keep track. But let me just show you the email, honey. All right. And then we'll get into it. Now, let me enlarge it because I don't know if you all can see that. Y'all see that? Tyler Perry Monique recording. You see the dates. February the 7th at 5:51 p.m. 2 days ago. All right. Because y'all know how Nancy Drew be over there lying. Act like I'm copying her or getting receipts from her. Please sit down somewhere. Okay. Now, with that all being said, let's get into it, honey. Because unlike some people, I have a full clip of the video. Okay. Not the actual full video, but I have like 14 minutes. All right. With that all being said, honey, let's get into it. Now, first things first. Hey, Buckhurst, DC. All right. That Crazy Speech Air says, shout out to Truth Over Everything, honey. I know that's right. Stacy is in the house. Okay. Antoinette. Happy Friday to you, beloved. Okay. I'm trying to wait for everybody to get in here. I know some of y'all going to be late, but you know how that goes. I'm on extra early because I have some people coming to do some work this morning. So I wanted to get my live done before they show up. And I still might not make it, but hey, hopefully we will. Okay, so with that all being said, let's go ahead and get it started. Aboriginal woman in the house, all right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get it started. Now, let me just tell you, this recording is like 14 and a half minutes long, something like that. I think it's like 14 minutes long. Okay, so I'm going to play it in 3 segments. All right, so let's get into it. And then also, Didi and Dallas said, wig too could never. Okay. All hell no, I said up for the nefariousness, for the AM nefariousness. I know that's right, beloved. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started. Now, with that all being said, I also have footage from Monique and Sydney when they responded to DL. And then DL, being the bitch that he is, he responded to them again because clearly he acts like a woman and has to have the last word. I just want y'all to pay attention. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention. And let me say this before I get started. Hey, Troy, there have been a few people that I've seen, say they're tired of Monique complaining. Well, here's what I say to that. If you are tired of a Black woman or Black person, period, complaining about inequality, complaining about people talking slick about them, complaining about people telling lies, complaining about people doing them wrong, well, then you're just obtuse because then obviously you're one of those people who won't speak up for yourself. I don't call it complaining when you're simply demanding your respect and when you're simply asking for what you are owed. I don't call that complaining. Okay, that's what you should be doing. All of us should be doing that. You see, that's why some people, and we all know who I'm talking about, okay, those powers that shouldn't be, that's how they're able to keep their foot on our necks. Please pay attention. Juju B said exactly, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so with that all being said, and without further ado, let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share.
Because you've not answered that question. That's a very simple question.
I said to you earlier, Sadiq, that wouldn't be fair. I wouldn't think that was fair.
But what would you want to be done, sir?
What would you want it fixed, Tyler?
How would you want that fixed?
And
how would I want what fixed?
Let me tell you.
The reputation, how would I want that fixed?
Let me tell you.
What exactly are you asking?
Let me tell you. So that because and my husband is that part of our team that he has the business conversations. I'm the part of the team that you saw May 13th on the stage. So what I would ask you is, because you're talking in Tyler Perry language, I would ask you to let Monique talk to Ahmadiyyah. Because when you start talking in Tyler Perry language, brother, you talk like you don't get it. Right, nigga. Right. You got to laugh at it because you know. See, let me tell you. Let me tell you, Tyler. When I watch your movies, I dig Ahmadiyyah. And you know why I dig her? You know why I dig her, Tyler?
Because she could be your mother.
You know why I dig her? You know why, Digger? Because that bitch is real to her gut. And she don't give a fuck how I come out. She don't give a fuck how it's taken. But everybody knows she love you. But she gonna tell you the real shit. See, when you stepped away from Ahmadiyyah and you became Tyler Perry, the billionaire, this is the conversation you're having. Like, well, guys, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? See, you a brother that slept in your car. You needed niggas to fight for you to get you up out the goddamn car. See, your mama that you love so dearly. See, this is when I know that the powers that be and everybody saying on the radio and everybody saying on the media, oh my God, it's Oprah and Tyler. They're the ones that can employ her. Why ever would she say it? Because I love them niggas. That's why I'm saying it. Because I'm tired of reading the stories 100 years from now where we had to go through this shit and we watch our brothers and sisters die and suffer in silence and in poverty, and we know they was right. So what I'm saying to you is, Ahmadiyyah, make Tyler's ass step his ass up. I'm talking to Ahmadiyyah right now. Ahmadiyyah, I need you to pull Tyler's ass in the back and say, baby, you watching this sister and you watching her family starve. You're watching it. And you're saying, what do you want me to do? Listen, don't you play with that baby like that. You know the shit y'all did was wrong to her. You gave charity, you gave them $400,000 to $500,000 to charity, and you know that bitch got $50,000. Where's my pistol, Brown? Where's my pistol? Because I need to shoot this nigga. Now, I'm not going to kill him. I'm going to shoot him in his ass to let him know Ahmadiyyah's mad as shit right now. Right. See, that's why I'm talking to my brother. So I appreciate you calling me. I do. I appreciate you calling us. But when you call me, what you going to do?
I'm going to call and find out whatever money is coming in for the Precious, and I'm going to send that to you. I'm going to send it over to you. Whatever it is, I'm sending it to you.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, and I want to talk again.
I'm going to write you a check on it seriously because, no, hear me, because this is the thing about this. And when we start talking about this, we're doing this, and this, we're doing that, and black people doing this, and black people doing that, what would we understand about that is this? Where we are right now and what we're trying to do, we got some opportunities that a lot of most people didn't have. So what I don't want you to feel one day, not one day, is that you were mistreated or that you were treated unfairly. Now, if that means that that's what I need to do, then you do that. You do that. You take that and take it from a place of love.
Let me tell you where I'm gonna take it from. I'm gonna take it from it's business, and I'm gonna take it from my brother saying, "Listen, yo, this is what y'all was supposed to get."
No, here's the thing, brother.
Well, I don't know what you were supposed to do.
Here's what we're saying is, when you say, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I'm going to send you the check. Listen, not charity, brother. We don't, because see, what happens is what's not going to take place on our watch is this. I wrote a check for something that came in, and it's one of those things where you're missing the point. And we believe enough in the universe to understand that, listen, when a person come to you sincerely with understanding what it is that you're talking about versus just saying, I'm going to find out what it is and I'm going to write a check. Now it's in the tabloids. You wrote us a check because, I know you flew Whitney Houston in on your private jet. You gave TD Jakes $1 million. And the whole is the way that this is being done. It's like, don't throw us no chump change because we had to go through a movie audit with Lee for monies that he didn't get, and they're saying that he did something with the money from the movie. Okay, these are the things that we had to deal with. So to speak about the dollars that you're going,
that's the thing that I have to deal with too because I bought the movie to Lionsgate.
Listen to what I'm saying though. Listen, Tyler. This is what I need you to hear me. Hold on. In life, you can't walk around mad at everybody because one person did something to you. You must be able to compartmentalize where your frustrations lie. So when you say that you had the things going on with the movie, and then you had it with Lee, and then Monique, you're lumping everyone together. And that's what people of color have a tendency of happening to them. They're all this way. See, if you just focus specifically on the interaction with Monique and yourself and it ain't never been anything but cordial, even in times of disagreement, because our thing is,
all right, now here is the second part.
not looking to, it's like we said on the podcast, who in the hell wrote the story about how David stepped to Goliath and said, y'all are Goliaths. We just the Davids. We not in no position to be trying to start. We're not looking to try to start any beef. But at the end of the day, all I'm asking you in your private time, because it's not going to happen right now on the phone, all I ask you in your private time is, how would you want to be treated if you were in a situation where people or a person put out something false about you? Then you say, then someone said that they didn't have the same experience with you. They're glad that they had a great experience with.
This is why I'm having trouble answering that question, because it starts as a question and it goes in another direction. So I was on to you for a minute.
Let me stay with the question, because you make a good point. Let me stay with the question. The question is, what would you want someone to do for you who said things about you and or mentioned things about you, alluding to the difficulties that they had with you, all because you chose?
I got an answer.
How can you answer something and I'm not finished?
Okay, well, let me answer part of the question, and then you give me the other part. How about that?
Can you do me a favor? Can you, since you called up to have a real conversation, typically I know you used to directing, but what I need you to do is just hear me out man to man. And that is this. How would you feel if someone says something about you that you were not contractually obligated to do? What would you want them to do to make that right? And it don't have nothing to do with money.
If somebody had said that, let me just try to be in the position. If somebody had come along and said, Tyler's difficult, he's terrible to work with, he's not going to do anything that you want him to do. If they said all those things, right? If that's what the rumor was, and there were other people who knew that was not to be true, I would want those people to stand up and say that's not true.
So will you and Oprah do that?
I can't speak for Oprah.
Will you do that?
It's my experience. I certainly can. I've never worked with Monique. All I can speak for is my experience on Precious. I don't give a damn about saying that.
Would you do what you wanted done for you, Tyler? It's real simple. Would you do what you would want done for you? Because you told David when he said his experience was wonderful, you said that was not your experience. And the question I would have, what did you experience with Monique and or I that made your interaction with us displeasurable? Especially.
I see exactly where you're going. What made my interaction displeasurable is to have to try to navigate between Precious, Lee, Monique not wanting to do any national press without getting paid, having to navigate through all of that. That's where my problem was.
But Tyler, this is where we are though. I'm talking in real time. But when you understand, because you're again speaking about other entities and components besides Monique. What we're saying is what made it but what I'm saying to you is I want your experience based upon your understanding that Monique, as we told you then, see writing those scripts or whoever wrote those scripts, they understand life.
Come on.
And I thought it was you. And if you don't understand that when you sit by and you say nothing when you know it's wrong, as you now said you know, and you agree, then what is the call really for, my brother?
What is it?
Okay. All right. I'm going to say this because I spent way too much time here. I thought that this would be a quick call that I could just call and say how I felt and to absolutely wish you the best. The only way this changes, I think the only way this changes, I think for you guys and where you are is this. I think Monique needs an amazing movie. She needs to be with a great director. And once the movie's done, it comes out. She gets all this kind of buzz. She gets all this that she did before. and then this thing goes away. That's the way this changes. It's got to be the right thing.
Okay, now before I play the last part, I want you all to pay attention to this. Tyler Perry just said that he thinks that in order for the whole thing to go away is that Monique needs to be in another blockbuster movie. Here's the thing. She was not in another blockbuster movie because of what he said. He is a whole billionaire. He has a lot of power in Hollywood and influence. And so therefore, when he said that she was difficult, because he clearly said it, he admitted that he said it. You all heard him, right? He admitted that he said it. He also said that if someone told a lie on him, so he admitted that he lied. Please pay attention. He admitted that he lied, and that he also said that she was difficult. And that when he said she was difficult, that wasn't true. He said that if someone had lied on him, he would want them to correct the lie, to say that it wasn't true. So basically, he wouldn't want anyone doing that to him. It's the thing. And now he said who this person, David, is. This person said he had a good time working with Monique. Tyler Perry said that wasn't his experience. That wasn't his experience. But then he says, well, I never worked with Monique, so I don't know what she was supposed to get. What? Sabrina said, right, Queen, he lied on that lady and ruined her career. Yes, it was a collaborative effort between he and Oprah. That's what that was. And you see, Lee Daniels came and apologized. At the time, though, Lee Daniels had no power, and Lee Daniels didn't even have a lot of money at the time because that's why they didn't get paid much. Monique was paid like $50,000, but, or at least I believe that's why she wasn't paid much. Now, as you all may recall, Lee Daniels had borrowed, at some point, he borrowed like $2 million, I believe, allegedly, from Dame Dash, because we saw the footage of Dame Dash confronting him about the money. So, I'm sorry, Tyler Perry. Yeah, it was you and Oprah. The audio just tells the truth. You see, you can lie all you want, but when someone has those receipts, and here's the thing that Monique said, and I want you all to pay attention. Monique said this on her interview with Shannon. She said that truth speakers, they always come with receipts. Now, y'all know that's a fact. Y'all know that's a fact. Truth speakers will always have receipts, period. If you ask somebody who claims they're a truth speaker for receipts and they don't have them, or they get mad because you asked for them, well, you already know they're a liar, okay? That's someone who's likely trying to paint narratives. But truth speakers will always have those receipts, honey, okay? Trust and believe. And they're not just going to have one or two. They're going to have all the receipts. Some people foolishly ask, well, why did Monique record the conversation? Well, why not? Is it against the law to record a conversation that you're a party to? Clearly not in some states, and obviously not in the one that she's in. So with that all being said, if you feel that someone is shady, a liar, can't be trusted, you should always record them when you're having conversations with them, specifically as it pertains to them saying something defamatory about you, slandering your name, lying on you for whatever reason, and not giving you the money that you're owed. Contractual disagreements and all of those things, you absolutely should. Okay, that's what you should do. Because if Monique had not recorded this, it would still just be her word against theirs. Okay, that's how that would go. And see, this is why I say that the people who say that they're tired of Monique complaining, they're insidiously obtuse. Because how are you complaining when you want what you're due? Okay? They'd be saying something too if someone owed them money and didn't give it to them. They'd be saying something too if someone told lies on them and ruined their livelihood. If they're smart, if they're not cowards, they would. But you know, sometimes cowards are intimidated by people who boldly and blatantly stand on their square and who don't ever cower, bow their heads, or back down. People have a problem with that. Some people do. People like DL Hughley. We're going to get to him in a minute. Okay? We're going to get to him in a minute. So Leon said it's painful when you're lied on. Exactly. Especially when it stops your money. Pearlie says this is why the queen can't be challenged. Queen comes with receipts, period. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. Naja said tap dancing Tyler. That's all he was doing. Absolutely he was. Okay. But of course, DC said, I'm going to defend myself. Don't lie to me or on me. Exactly. Okay. Perplex said, Queen, that's no allegation. Dame Dash got this bread from Lee Daniels. He stood on business. He sure did, beloved. He absolutely did. Okay. And that's what you got to do. See, Monique is not complaining. Monique is standing on business. That's what she's been doing for over a decade. Who's mad about that besides someone who knows that they don't and can't stand on business? All right. Taraji tried to, but then under the pressure, she bowed her head. She cowered. She broke. And then she backpedaled and then started praising Oprah, the very person that she was initially complaining about. Please make it all make sense. Now, here's the last part.
Along, kind of some of the stuff that I think Spencer has been doing that comes along, or Viola comes along, she does that, and all of this goes away. I know that town and how it works. It's like, okay, that was a moment that's passed. She's amazing. That was wrong. So what you're asking me to do right now, first of all, I'm not going to get into this right now because it's ugly and it's nasty, and it came from a comedy skit. I don't want to be a part of it.
What is ugly and nasty, Tyler, about saying? Because we're not talking about the comedy skit. You're obviously not hearing what I'm saying.
That's where it's all
No. Here's the thing.
You said chump change earlier. You said you don't want any chump change. Does that mean you do not want the money for pressures or what?
But wait a minute, Tyler. Wait a minute, brother. Hold up. Because see, now what happens is the billionaires starting to come out.
Right.
Now what's happening is when you call and say, I didn't mean for this to take this long, brother, you called us. And see, what that said was when we first got the call, I'm going to tell you some real stuff. My heart skipped a beat because I said, okay, we get ready to talk to a real cat because he reached out. But now the tone you're beginning to take is, I'm a billionaire and I ain't got time for this. And it ain't going the way I thought it. Wait, hold up, brother. Hold up. Because see, you'll start over talking. I ain't got time for this. And let me say this. And when you say chump change, here's the thing, baby. See, the community is involved right now. You know it and I know it. And everybody out there know it. The community is involved and they want to see how it's going to play out because the community is saying, wait a minute, y'all. Hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshitter. We know she a loud mouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she true to her word.
And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong?
Tyler.
Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something?
I absolutely said that, yes.
So the question I would say is,
but I didn't mean to spend this much time on it is because just like you were there with your beautiful twins, I got a little boy, and I want to make sure when I'm on, that's where my attention is.
Here's the thing. Then you shouldn't have made the call until you were able to talk. But the last question I would ask you, hold up. The last thing I want to ask you is this. It's real simple. If you said it was wrong, when do you speak up and say that it was wrong, Tyler? That's it.
Okay, then that means telling my whole experience, about how I feel about the whole thing. That means telling my whole experience.
Whatever you listen, but Tyler,
without explaining the whole situation.
Tyler, here's the thing. You are articulate. You is smart. Okay.
And you is kind.
And you is kind. Okay?
Listen to me. Listen, shit, this ain't the billionaire. This is me. You gotta cut all that out. This is me talking to y'all.
Then please talk to us, brother.
Talk to us real because all I'm saying to you is that
Tyler Perry needs to sit down somewhere, okay? He was clearly trying to gaslight and deflect. I want you all to pay attention. Now, as soon as they start holding him to the fire and saying, didn't you just say that it was wrong? Didn't you say you wouldn't want anyone to do it to you? And he said, yes, I absolutely did say that. But then he says, this is taking longer than I thought. I'm going to have to get on off here because just like y'all had y'all's beautiful twins, I got a little boy. Now he's trying to put the child in it as an excuse to get off the phone. Where's the child's mother, Tyler? Sit down somewhere. Okay, he was trying to get off that call, honey. Okay, he effed around and found out. All right, he was not expecting any of that. He thought he was going to call them because pay attention. He said that he was planning to call them and just express how he felt and wish them the best. Wish them the best. That's what he thought he was going to do, honey. But they held his feet to the fire, baby. And you're going to have to admit to what you did. Okay, so now we know that Tyler is a liar. Okay, and somebody said in the chat, I forget who it was, said that Christian Keys should have taken Monique with him when he went to confront Tyler. Y'all, I know areas, honey. Ooh, honey, if anybody else leaks video on Tyler, his face will be more than cracked. But anyway, I digress. Okay, Queen Sam said he's saying that if he recants, hold on, this chat's moving, honey. This is all so nefarious. Queen Sam said he's saying that if he recants his statement, then folks won't like him. No, you lie. Exactly. Not if you recant your statement, folks won't like you. Yeah, because they're going to know you lied. Exactly. So you're going to sit here. See, here's what Monique should have done. Back then, I probably would have taken that audio and gone and filed a suit against him for libel, defamation, and slander. That's what I would have done because you clearly lied on that woman, defamed her, and cost her career at the end of the day by even saying that she was difficult to work with. He knew his power and influence, and Oprah right along beside him, co-signing his BS. Speaking of Oprah, we're going to talk about her because I'm going to let y'all know why she's really jealous of Monique. She's a whole hater. Always has been. Now, if you remember in the interview with Shannon Sharp, Denise said, where's the child's other daddy? Y'all are a mess. So if you remember in Monique's interview with Shannon Sharp, cancel Oprah and Tyler. Exactly. Now you remember how Monique was saying that she was supposed to be, she had the part for the butler. She was offered that part. And then all of a sudden, Oprah says that she wants it. Yeah, you remember that? And there was another part that Monique was supposed to get, and Oprah wanted that. Please pay attention. So I'm sorry, that's hate as far as I'm concerned. She's, first of all, was hating because Monique won that Oscar. I want y'all to pay attention. But honey, I'm going to show you why she's really mad in a minute. But before I get into that, let's talk about DL Hughley. Because that's what he is. Let's talk about, he's acting like he has very much feminine energy, trying to go back and forth with a woman. And here's the thing. He's making himself look stupid because at the end of the day, Monique wasn't even saying all that stuff about him. Not to mention, another thing is he was trying to gaslight and deflect, okay, and trying to act as though Monique was talking all this stuff about his daughter. But like I told you all yesterday and showed you the receipts, played you the audio, where he, in fact, and I also did a TikTok for those of you who missed it, but he, in fact, was the one who brought up the trauma that his daughter went through. What kind of man? And he seems to be so offended because Monique called him a coward. Well, you are a coward, sir. Okay, you are a coward. You didn't defend your daughter, your youngest daughter at that, and then said that you didn't defend her. You believed that she was lying because he liked the person who was her rapist. Isn't that something? What kind of father says that? What kind of father? And let me tell y'all something else too. Now, I told you all yesterday also how he fathered that child outside of his marriage, cheated on his wife, had a whole side piece, and got that woman pregnant. But when that baby died, you can't tell me DL wasn't glad. Okay, that took a load off of him. I want you to pay attention because if you heard what he said about the situation and how he responded, all of that, he was clearly glad that that child passed away. Okay, so he could sit there and say Monique doesn't have a good rapport with her child, with her son or whatever. Her family doesn't fool with her, but hold on. Well, I don't even have to show you all because I showed you all yesterday. I forgot. I already showed you all, read to you what his own daughter said about them having a tumultuous relationship. That wasn't even the youngest daughter, the one that was assaulted. That was his oldest daughter. So if the oldest daughter was feeling that way, how do you think the younger daughter was feeling, the one who was assaulted by his own friend and he didn't believe her. I'm sorry. This is likely why he has to walk around with a support dog. His words, not mine. Okay? Because he said Monique said something about his dog was to keep people away from him. And he said, no, that was his support dog. Well, for somebody who needs a whole support dog, he needs to stop being so darn messy and trying to go back and forth. Okay? Trying so desperately to get the last word. Like he's somebody's auntie. Please pay attention. Okay, but anyway, let me go to the footage because I'm going to play for you what DL said when he responded to Monique and Sydney's live yesterday. But also, I'm going to play a portion of their live. I think their live comes first and then DL's response. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
That's when he decided to shut it down. However, that is a bit different from how it seemed to have been communicated, whereby on the phone, they were having a conversation and it was kumbaya. Though he never used those words, kumbaya, it did not end with her being under the impression that this was going to be resolved and shut down. So we wanted to make that clear out of love and respect for Brother DL. And despite all the commentary that he gave, with all the crunches she be doing, the captain's in the front.
I do.
And
I do.
tell him.
I'm a sneak snacker, baby.
And she doesn't sneak when she snacks.
Okay. Hey.
But nonetheless, we wanted to be clear because at the end of the day, we black folks in this world of entertainment. And there was a level of harshness in his return that seemed a little bit exaggerated for the moment. And we wanted to make it clear, and I think Monique can do it best when she speaks in reference to what she meant while talking about DL in the past.
You know, when I watched DL say, she went after my wife, she went after my daughters, I want to really be clear who I went after so that there's no confusion here. When I was on stage, when I'm on stage and we are performers, we are performing to the audience in front of us. When I was on that stage and I said it must be hard to perform oral sex.
But differently.
Okay, on a coward. That had nothing to do with Mrs. Hughley. That insult was directed straight to you, DL. That had nothing to do with your wife. That was straight to you. So it felt like you were trying to pass it off as if I was going after your wife. When it comes to your daughter, to the baby that you did a post about, you did an interview about, I didn't do that interview. I simply reposted what you said. So when you say, Monique, you went after my daughter, that's untrue, DL. I posted what you said. And then when you said when you were really going for it with your shades on, and you said, Monique said, I stood by and watched my daughter be raped. DL Hughley, that's your conscience talking to you, brother. I never said that. I never said that. And I want to be a little clear about something else. Never would I try to do anything to harm any of your babies, because we got babies too. So never would I try to do anything to harm your children. However, what I was saying to your daughter and to the other daughters out there, I know what it's like for your daddy to know you've been touched and he not protect you, because my daddy did the same thing. That's what that whole point was. But I was showing why I would call you a coward, brother. I don't think it's brave that you didn't protect your baby. So when I said what I was saying, let me be clear to you, DL Hughley, it had nothing to do in reference to your family, and you know that. Now, when you were speaking and you were going off and you said, what did you say? She was so offended by the game we play, but you didn't say what the offense was. And that's the part for me that is disheartening, that you continue to try to trick and smoke and mirror our people. If you're going to say it all the way through. When you say family is sacred, you are absolutely right, baby. You're right. But when you say would my husband rather, and you co-sign your team of people doing that, well, isn't my husband sacred? So you got to be careful in your words, because the very words you use, DL, they're going to come back, and they're coming back to bite you, baby. And what I also said on Club Shay Shay, when I looked in that camera, I said, DL, I love you, brother. And I don't know if you didn't hear that part, but we really do. We love you, brother.
All right. I'm taking time to respond to Monique again. She made another greasy ass video with her daddy. We kind of relitigating some of the stuff she said on Club Shay Shay, where she talked about how she was on the show and somebody, they played a game, Would You Rather? And I guess she felt like they insulted her husband's sexuality, which is interesting because she can always talk shit about everybody else's sexuality. But I guess her husband's sacrosanct. He's off limits. But a hit dog will bark unless his mouth is full. But she talked about, well, she didn't actually call her lawyer. Who the fuck would be afraid of your lawyer? Your lawyer, you mean the lawyer that did your contract? That lawyer, the lawyer from the firm of Negro from Ghetto, Got Him and Gone, that lawyer? Who the fuck afraid of him? He couldn't get your name right on the ticket. He gonna get it right on a legal document. It didn't happen because we decided it shouldn't happen. You didn't need to, because we respect people. We don't have to do things for clicks. They took it off because you asked me to, because I respected you at the time. You also talked about how I disrespect you on so many platforms. But you have this impeccable memory where you can tell to the degree, well, who did what to you and why and what happened, where you were. But you can't pull up one time on any platform that I said anything about you at all, because you know you're lying. You got that piece of paper and that big ass memory, but you can't pull one up. My biggest mistake is saying yes to you. I should have said no when you couldn't come on my radio show. I should have said no that I wasn't playing those dates with you. As a matter of fact, almost anybody who says yes to you at some point is in this milieu with you. Almost anybody. So I would suggest anybody out there, you can say yes to drugs, but say no to Monique. You talked about how, my children, families are uplifted. They weren't when you were running across Vegas. The stage in Detroit. They weren't when you talking shit on social media. When you got your ass whipped and your tickets dropped, then they became off limits. But let's do this. Let's decide that you will treat my children like you treat yours, like you don't know them, invisible, like you have no relationship with them, like you're estranged. You're unfamiliar, like you don't know them. You also intimated that I was a coward. You know what I'd never do? I would never let my woman take care of me. I would never let my woman get evicted from her apartment. I would never let my woman has to ask another man for money. I'd never do that. Can your old man say the same? He loves you. Of course, he got to say that. You claim him on your taxes. He's a dependent. He's sitting there with you right now. And everything. Because it ain't like he does anything else. But you never address the salient point. I said that if you spent as much time writing your Netflix special as you did arguing about getting it, it wouldn't have been trash. It was. I didn't say it. I defy anybody out there. Stop listening to me. Watch it. Read the reviews. Read the reviews. You begged for something. You made valid points that women are underpaid, that they're not valued. That's absolutely right. So you would think that when you got a chance to do something that you would argue for, you'd be up for the challenge, but you shit the bed because you never are ready for it, because all you ever do is complain about what you don't have. You're never ready for the moment because you're always living in the past. I said it. If you spend half of your time doing, as opposed to talking about who didn't do for you and what they did for you, you'd be a lot further along. You wouldn't be evicted. You wouldn't be working for your man. You wouldn't be asking other comics for money. So you got all the ingredients. Take that piece of paper that you're running down the list with, and that pen that you got, and that daddy sitting next to you, and do what you can't do what you never do. Write a fucking joke.
He really thought he said something, honey. He sounded so mad. Why is he so hostile? Well, because he's lying. Okay, I guarantee you he's lying. You see, at the end of the day, the person who's the liar and caught in it and called out on it is always the one who's aggressive and hostile. You see how he spewed insults at Monique and at her husband, trying to effeminize her husband. He already said previously that Monique was fat. He talked about, oh, how someone who's always working out so big or something he said. And Monique and Sydney didn't even take offense. They made a joke about it. Monique said she's a sneak snacker. Okay, like she be sneaking snacks, even though she works out. They didn't take offense to it. They were not mad at all. He's mad because he's a liar and he knows he's not shite. And at the end of the day, he could say whatever he wants, but the bottom line is you did not defend your daughter who came and told you that your friend assaulted her. Okay? Graped her without the G. That's what you didn't do. You can't come back from that. And another thing is, he's trying to talk about Monique's husband, saying Monique has to pay him. First of all, how does he know what goes on with their finances? How does he know what Sydney does other than managing Monique? He doesn't. And then he said that Monique had to ask another comic for money. You know why he said that? I'm so glad you asked, because on the Club Shay Shay interview, Monique admitted that Kevin Hart loaned them some money, gave them some money, and they paid him back. Monique said they paid him back. And Sydney said, yeah, because we don't want anyone saying that they had to give us something or that we took something from them. That's the honorable thing to do. Here's the thing. How can you talk slick when someone gave the money back? How can you say she had to ask another man for money? She didn't ask Kevin for the money. Kevin offered it, supposedly. So what is he talking about? At the end of the day, this is how you know he's so mad. I see why he needs that support dog. He may want to get another one because the first one seems not to be working because he's clearly still pressed. He is still pressed. And he's talking about Monique's lawyer couldn't write up a contract. Where's his contract? Because last I heard, he didn't even have a contract. He wrote up a memorandum, which is not a contract. All right? He needs to sit down somewhere. Okay? That's what he needs to do. And then acting like he's not a coward. Oh, he is a coward. Because when Terry Crews said something about slapping him after he tried to talk slick, he didn't have any smoke for Terry. You see how he's continuously going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with Monique like a whole woman. What man does that? I don't know any real men that go back and forth with women. He's acting real bussified, is all I'm saying. Acting real bussified, is all I'm saying. Okay? Juju said being DL in 2024 is crazy. And so anyway, also shout out to the elder Barbara Rashawn Live. And so Queen Sam says, Terry said he'll slap him. Yeah, absolutely said he'll slap the gray out of his beard. Okay? Oh, so crazy. Pensacola said Queen kept a straight face on the snack comment, undefeated. You already know, okay? OG Patrice said deflecting, gaslighting are signs of narcissists. Yes, absolutely. Because how can he? And here's the thing. I want you to pay attention to how he said that Monique, he was basically trying to call Monique a hypocrite, saying that she speaks on other people, but nobody can speak about her husband's sexuality. First of all, what woman wants anyone questioning their husband's sexuality? I'm sorry, what? And when you're doing comedy and telling jokes, that has nothing to do with real life. He's talking about she speaks on stuff when she's doing her comedy, or when she speaks on people when she's just calling them out on their BS. Either way, she doesn't have a right to call people out. He sounds real stupid. That's all I'm saying. All right, he sounds real ignorant. And so with that all being said, now let's talk about Oprah. Let's talk about Oprah. At Monique, absolute worst, Mr. Hughley, she was still not, at her worst, she will still not be worse than you. Admired a man so much that you deny your own child a father's instant support when she is sexually violent. Exactly. Thank you. Okay? Like, why would you not believe your child? I don't care how much you admired this man. That's what he said. That's what he said. Because he admired this man. Because he liked him. So it was inconvenient. How is your child being assaulted by someone that you knew and admired an inconvenience? Who says that? I'm sorry, but anyone defending Mr. DL Hughley after knowing and hearing that come out of his own mouth, there's something wrong with you. Period. Period. Okay? And you know, the other thing is this. People were saying, for the few people that were saying that they're tired of hearing Monique complain, those are some of the same people that were praising and standing behind Taraji. I want you to pay attention, okay? I want you to pay attention. Some of these same people were standing in support of Taraji. They didn't say anything about her complaining because she wasn't complaining either. She's asking for what she deserves, what was fair and equitable. And that's all Monique was doing at the end of the day. And the people who have a problem with that are the people who don't want to be right. And also, the people mad at the truth are people who are liars. Only liars get mad at the truth. That's it. Only liars get mad at the truth. That's why DL is mad. Now, if he was telling the truth and Monique was the liar, why would he be so stressed and pressed? Please pay attention. Well, that all being said, Kajima says they hate when fat or dark-skinned women do it. Yes, they do. Then we're the angry black woman. Okay? Exactly. With that all being said, honey, let me go to the receipts as to why Oprah, and yes, I said Oprah, is jealous of Monique. Not only because Monique is far more talented than she could ever be, but even when Monique was bigger, before she lost all that weight, Monique still loved herself. She did not have low self-esteem. She embraced her size and her beauty. And here's further proof.
Listen, I know the little skinny video girls. Y'all real nervous right now, baby. Y'all real nervous.
Okay, I absolutely love it. Monique has always been big and beautiful, honey. Okay, so he can sit down somewhere. And as far as DL trying to imply that Monique has to pay Sydney to be with her, he's just mad because they have a serious bond. Anyone can see that. Let's not forget they were best friends first. If he wants to say that Monique is paying Sydney, well, I'm going to tell you like this. DL has to be paying his wife to still be with him. Either his wife is a darn fool, okay, and desperate, or he's paying her. Because who's going to stay with a man that would let his own friend do what his friend did to their daughter and he not defend the child? And he not go after that friend with the same smoke that he has for Monique. You see, he didn't have any of that smoke for his friend who did what he did to his daughter, but he got all this smoke for Monique. Even when he talked about on the audio that I played for you and also on my TikTok, you can see the video clip, When he talked about what the man did to his daughter, he didn't badmouth that man. He just simply said that because he admired the man, he didn't believe her. That's what he said. And because it was an inconvenience. But you got all this smoke for Monique. Now, y'all make that make sense. Tell me he's not a whole coward. Tell me his wife is not being paid by him to stay there. I guarantee you she is. Not to mention the baby that he had behind her back. And then he said out of his own mouth that they paid the baby's mother money after the child died. Why was that? Hush money? Because it wasn't child support. Please pay attention. All right, please pay attention. Okay, Queen Fab says, you can tell even with all that money, Oprah is an unhappy person. She's envious of Monique's ability to embrace her imperfections and build off of them. Turn her negatives into positives. Exactly. Because Monique is confident and sure of herself. And when you feel that way about yourself, nobody can hurt you with insults. He could sit there, DL that is, and try to say she's fat. Monique has embraced her size always. At the end of the day, DL needs to be more worried about the venom that he clearly got. Okay. He also needs to be worried about how he's sitting up there looking like a black Abe Lincoln. All right. That's what he looks like to me. Looking like Fiddler on the Roof. But anyway, I digress. Now I'm going to play the last clip because this is when you're going to find out what Katt Williams told Monique. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share.
A better friend, a better entertainer. He makes me better. So listen, y'all, if y'all got somebody that is making you better, if y'all got somebody that's hanging in there with you when you know goddamn well you should have been dropped off, be unafraid to hold on to him. Be unafraid. Is it challenging to grow up? It's challenging. It is, especially when we've been taught some shit all of our lives and we've seen it. It can be challenging. That is why, DL Hughley, I have no hate in my heart for you, brother. When I see you walking through the airport with a support dog, I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying, brother, if you have to have this.
Why you going after the people like you do?
Why?
It ain't necessary. Be funny with all of that. And when we speak about Oprah, when we speak about Tyler, when we speak about CBS, we're not speaking about them to call them out. We're speaking to call them up, because the same way that the Breakfast Club was able to say, I'm sorry, the same way Brother Lee Daniels was able to go across the stage and apologize, the same way that we were able to say, we are sorry, it was inaccurate about the cease and desist, is the same way that Oprah, who teaches master classes, well, sometimes we got to love enough. We got to love the teacher enough to sit them down and say, it's time for you to be a student again. Tyler Perry, it's like, brother, the world heard you on audio saying you were wrong. You cost our family tens of millions of dollars. We don't hate you. We love you because you were trying to do the right thing. But as Gayle King said when she did that interview about Kobe Bryant, certain people suggested that she just stay quiet, but she couldn't. Don't listen to people that tell you to stay quiet when you've done what you weren't supposed to do, when you've done wrong. Speak up, acknowledge it, because it helps us help the community. And guess what? We are only human beings. We are only human beings. And we got to let you know we love you enough, because we know that's all y'all are too. Despite people making y'all think y'all are more than that.
That's it, my babies. That's it. And, you know, we have always spoke about when it ain't been fair, but we try to make sure we speak about when it is fair. We try to make sure we speak about when people do say, you know what, let me show you what I'm about. And I want to talk to y'all about our brother, Katt Williams. Now, y'all know that is my fraternal twin brother, non-biological. Okay, and I want to tell y'all about my twin brother, Katt Williams, baby. Guess what? I'm going to be joining my brother, my twin brother, Katt Williams, on the Dark Matter Tour. So I'm excited. We are excited. I cannot wait to see y'all. Connecticut. I see y'all tomorrow night with our brother Katt Williams. Albany, New York with our brother Katt Williams. And I'll say this too. And I told him this. I said, for as funny and as talented as you are, your heart is far bigger.
Real talk.
And that brother done touched our community, baby, in ways that he's never even talked about. Those are the real ones.
Because as they say, real G's move in silence.
Oh.
That said.
Well, give me a kiss on that one.
What you say?
My
love
name,
y'all.
Oh, I was going to say my name is Monique.
Did you tell me they know who you are?
I did, Daddy.
Okay.
Shit, I forgot. We love y'all for real. For real, my babies.
All right. So you all heard that. She's going on tour with Katt Williams. Please pay attention. Hold on. I'm sending something to my email real quick. And let me read a few of these comments. Okay, so OG Patrice said, Sydney is her manager. She pays him a salary like she would anybody else. Keep the money in the family. DL just hating. Exactly. That's all it is. Why would you hire someone else to be a manager when your husband can manage you? Exactly. Okay. Queen Fab said, Queen, don't insult Abe Lincoln like that. I know that's right. I know that's right. Y'all are nefarious. Buckhorse DC said they look strong, black, and fabulous. Absolutely. Okay, that's black love, honey. DL should try some. Okay, because if he had some, he wouldn't be out there impregnating side hoes. Please pay attention. All right, that's what he wouldn't be doing. And even Leonard apologized. Yes, I'm so glad you brought that up, beloved. I'm so glad you brought that up. Let me play the audio for that before I roll up out of here. Let me go to the audio of that real quick, okay? Reggie said a support dog. Yes, honey, that's what he has. A support dog. Okay, please make it make sense. I forgot all about Charlemagne the Devil apologizing. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, here it is, right here.
In the Middle East as a smoke screen, they're keeping this 16 grand on the down low.
I was born a donkey. It's the donkey of the day. That's pretty funny. Charlemagne the Devil?
Yes, donkey of the day for Thursday, February 8th goes to the breakfast nubs. Or should I say breakfast nub, which would just be me, okay? Singular. Yes, Charlemagne the God. Jeff told me I should do this because Monique is from Baltimore.
Absolutely.
And that's her aunt, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm a sweet baby.
Yes, and if you don't have anything to do with this, Jess Larris has nothing to do with this because she just got here Monday. Okay, together us three are the Breakfast Club, but I am the Breakfast Nub. All right, that's what Monique called us on Club Shay Shay yesterday. Well, called me on Club Shay Shay yesterday when she was reminiscing over the time she received Donkey today. Let's listen to her on Club Shay Shay.
We were able to do the special, and we appreciated them saying, "Listen, how can we work this out?" Now you know what happens with that. People were having call-ins when I said, this is not right. I was donkey of the day. Remember that? Mm-hmm. I was donkey of the day. The breakfast nubs called me the donkey of the day. That's what they said. And they had a whole call-in about how I was donkey of the day. But you didn't do the same thing when you found out the settlement. Now all of a sudden, don't nobody know what a settlement is. It was really, really quick. We just want to throw it away. So with that Netflix special, it was just like, no, guys, I gotta stand up.
Now, if you remember Monique back in the day, like 2018, called for a boycott of Netflix, saying they lowballed her. Monique said in an Instagram video that Netflix offered her $500,000 for a comedy special, and she pointed out Amy Schumer was offered $11 million, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock $20 million. I gave her donkey of the day for that because it was, in my opinion, that Monique, wasn't on the level of Dave, Amy, and Chris, and she came on Breakfast Club and said this.
And what happens is when you're basing off of what you're assuming, and then you give me a title of Donkey of the Day. Is your mother still alive?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're from what city in South Carolina?
Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
Moncks Corner. And if I was to call your mother or your grandmother, could they tell me stories of inequality that they had to deal with?
Absolutely.
So would your mother be a donkey?
No.
Would your grandmother be a donkey?
No.
I need you to explain how you gave me the title, because you're not explaining it. You're going off of what I assume. But because you're on that microphone, and when we open up these microphones, we know just how powerful our voices can be, don't we, Angela?
Yes, we do.
And we know that what we say can become law. Correct, Lenore?
Absolutely.
So when we do that, we must then explain it to our community, because we know how poisonous it can be when we put things out, but we can't back it up. We just say it.
She's right. Netflix ultimately ended up taking back their offer. And then in 2019, Monique sued Netflix for failing to negotiate in good faith. The federal judge in the case sided with Monique. And in 2022, the lawsuit was settled out of court. Dropping the clue bombs for Monique, okay? Here's the thing. I've said this before, and I've said it a few times on this radio. When it comes to that point, Monique was right. I should have minded my Black-owned business, okay? And she's right when she speaks on the power of the microphone, because people from Netflix were definitely reaching out to me behind the scenes, and they tried to explain why Monique didn't get the money that Amy, Dave, and Chris got. Doesn't matter what the conversation consisted of. Just know, as I just said, Monique sued them and they settled. So there clearly was some validity to the injustice that she spoke of. Monique, you were right. Okay, I've said that before on this radio, and I'll say it again so you hear me. I had no business speaking on your business. Okay, there's absolutely a pay discrepancy for Black women. Black women are typically paid only 67 cents for every dollar paid to white men, and the wage gap actually widens to 65 cents on the dollar for Black women who hold doctorate degrees compared to white men with.
Now, y'all know, I want y'all to pay attention. Who did Charlamagne get that information from? Do y'all hear the statistics that Charlamagne is quoting? Who did he get that from? I'm sorry, didn't I just say all of this? Y'all remember that, right? Please pay attention. Please pay attention.
Education, okay? Not to mention, all the proof is in the pudding. When you see a company as big as Netflix with all the money Netflix.
Hold on, let me roll that back.
Right when she speaks on the power of the microphone, because people from Netflix were definitely reaching out to me behind the scenes, and they tried to explain why Monique didn't get the money that Amy, Dave, and Chris got. Doesn't matter what the conversation consisted of. Just know, as I just said, Monique sued them and they settled. So there clearly was some validity to the injustice that she spoke of. Monique, you were right. Okay, I've said that before on this radio, and I'll say it again so you hear me. I had no business speaking on your business. Okay, there's absolutely a pay discrepancy for Black women. Black women are typically paid only 67 cents for every dollar paid to white men, and the wage gap actually widens to 65 cents on the dollar for Black women who hold doctorate degrees compared to white men with the same education. Okay, not to mention.
Now, y'all know darn well I just told y'all that a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, when I was talking about that dusty, busted dude who said that Black women, when the girl did the video and he responded to it where she said Black women are the most educated group in the U.S., which is true. And then he responded saying, no, we're not. And then talking about the most educated means you have doctorate degrees and we don't make but like $40,000 per year and all of that. And I had to bring the receipts and debunk. He said many things and I debunked everything. But that's exactly what I said. Charlamagne, you know you heard that here first. Sit down somewhere. Okay. Pearlie said you did, Queen. Thank you, because there's no way we got the same receipts. Okay. Michael M said he's an undercover fan, Queen. I know he is, honey. Okay, many people are. That's why you hear all these people all of a sudden saying nefarious. Okay, at the end of the day, using the Queen's catchphrases, honey. Please pay attention. Like I told y'all, even the lamestream media uses my talking points and reports on stories after I break them. Some of the stories that they haven't even heard about and all that. Please pay attention. Okay, and so with that all being said. Reggie said, no, we can't all just get along. Some have to go for us to rise to our full potential. Absolutely. Some do have to go, beloved. You got that right. Ha! Hold on. Andrea said, Alexa, please play Undercover Brother. Okay. So with that all being said, Pearlie said, people be using your talking points. I do believe, Queen, your audience is larger than you know. Thank you, beloved. It is. It absolutely is. You see, YouTube has me shadow banned, so they don't show my real amount of subscribers or my real amount of views. I told you all, I showed you all the receipts maybe about a couple of months ago, where Mr. Hotel and Kenyatta both screenshot before I even started the live that it had 11,000 likes. So if it had 11,000 likes before I even started, how many people were really tuned in? See, they slipped up that time. You know why they slipped up? Because that's when they're on vacation. Okay, because it was the holidays. And you see, one thing that I learned from my dear sister, Lisa Cabrera, is that when it's the holiday season, that's when they're not really paying attention to be doing all sorts of things and triggering the algorithm and all of that. Okay? They're not really paying attention to your channels as much during the holidays. And you'll notice that even when you're shadow banned during the holiday season on ScrewTube, your views will go up. All right? So they let that slide, honey. All right, Reggie said, Queen, you are amazing. Thank you, beloved. Thank you. So listen, I had a very, hold on. Timber Dan says, shout out to Lisa, Queen Lisa. Absolutely. Okay, and True Raw as well. Now, here's the thing. I had a very good interview with Mr. Raymond Fontroy, who is, I told you all, he was Dr. King's former driver and a friend of his as well. And it was a really interesting conversation. I'm still editing the video because I'm going to add some clips in or whatever. I did it on my podcast. So I'm going to be sharing that hopefully later on today. I have to finish up the editing. Like I said, I want to edit some clips and all of that. And so you all look out for that. Okay. Pearly said, for the haters, LOL, if you need the Queen's help, just ask her. Okay. Reggie said, can't wait to see it. Okay. Thank you, beloved. Lady Lina said, your channel is very informative. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate that. All right. Terry Hinton says, Queen, I brag to my friends about you. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all know I love me some royals. Okay, so now with that all being said, if you haven't seen, I see Reggie said he just watched the full Monique interview. Okay, now if you all haven't seen the interview, please go and watch the entire thing, not just the clips. Watch the entire thing so you know everything, you know what I'm saying, because it was very interesting. Okay, Buckhorse DC said, what time, Queen? I'm not sure, beloved. I'm going to try to have it posted by 6, okay? I'm going to try to have it posted by 6 o'clock for your daily vitamins, okay? So with that all being said, you all make sure you tune in because it was really very informative. And he called me last night because he said he wants to come back on. He wants to do another interview, or he wants to, talk again about some different things. And so I'm not going to tell you all what, but yeah, so I'm going to have him back on the show. All right. So anyway, I love you all to life. Okay. Just another woman said, all hail the Queen. Thank you, beloved. Okay. So each one, hold on. Queen, people don't talk about how Sydney have gotten more money for Monique as her manager than any other manager she has ever had. Oh, no, they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. And the funny thing is, for somebody like DL Hughley, who has stepped outside of his marriage, didn't protect his daughter, for him to even be speaking negatively on their union, it's really obtuse to me. Like, it really makes no sense, and he can't make it make sense. Who is he to say who's paying what? Honey, why is your wife still with you after you're lying, philandering, cheating, having side baby self, and not protecting your own children that are in your home? Say what now? Make it all make sense. Okay? Make it all make sense. All right, so with that all being said, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the Queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the high hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got